So I have a question for
Yes.
you. Those questions are really important, as you know, because that's what we do here in our videos. Really important questions.
Yes.
And this is about veterans.
Veterans.
Veterans,
Yes.
yes. So they want to buy a house. What do they do?
Man, talk to me. So actually,
Yes.
VA loans are some of my favorite because people who've been in the military already know stupid government forms and stuff, and they know that I'm going to be asking for weird things. They're familiar. Like they can get me the LES. They know what an LES is. Sometimes I ask for pay stubs. LES is basically a pay stub for a veteran or someone
Okay.
who's in the military, right? But they know what it looks like. All they're used to the forms. I ask for the DD 214
What is the
or
DD
it's a
214?
separation of service. It
Okay.
says how long they served where, or if they've been in the National Guard a long time, they can get a points summary. But those are the things that allow us to get a certificate of eligibility
Okay.
for the loan. But the VA is really, really good about helping the members of the military get a loan. So the guidelines work well for the veterans.
And is that true that you know how if you do a first time home buyer, you don't
Mm-hmm.
get down payment, and they kind of put your down payment in a different way, and but you can only do it basically once, right?
So you can use a VA loan as many times as you'd like. You have entitlement, which basically is mortgage insurance
Mm-hmm.
for a quarter of the value of the home. So the basic entitlement follows conforming loan limits.
Okay.
So if you want to buy multiple homes, you can actually use your VA benefits to buy multiple homes as long as the total of all those homes falls within the current conforming loan limit,
Okay.
right? Now, the other really nice thing is they have bonus entitlement. So
What is it?
if you wanted to buy a home that's over conforming loan limits, there's
Mm-hmm.
no loan limit for VA loans. Your
Oh.
pricing, the interest rate may go up a little bit because of the
Mm-hmm.
risk factor, but you could get whatever size loan you want with a VA loan.
That's actually pretty nice. And so, what is better? Like, if somebody has a VA loan and also like his wife works as well, and what can they do? Can they still get a VA loan, or
Yeah.
do it has to
So
be?
if you have two people and they're married and one of them is a veteran, they can both be on the loan. If you have two people and they're not married and one of them is a veteran, the other person actually needs to bring in their half of the funding fee. So they come in with
Oh, okay.
12.5% because VA will cover the veteran for a quarter. So it's actually weird if you have a non-married couple
Mm-hmm.
applying for a VA loan,
So
it gets
just get
difficult.
married.
They just get married really quick.
Then you figure out things after, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's a funding fee unless you have disability, and this is
Okay.
determined. It's stated on the certificate of eligibility of how much disability there is and what the funding fee would be. But basically, it's just over 2% the first time you use it, and just over 3% the second time you use it. Generally speaking, if you're in reserves, things change. Contact lender for details. But
Oh, okay.
generally speaking, it is the best loan program out there.
Oh, wow. Okay, forever ago, because I've been a realtor for like if what it feels like forever ago. I remember going to a class for VA loans and how to get this thing going, and what are the differences and so on. And I remember this teacher that said, "I'm gonna get a mental trigger to you guys. CRB. Whenever you see a CRV card, you will remember that CRV is the appraisal for
The certificate of
the
reasonable value.
yes." And I couldn't remember what was the thing, but I do remember everything every time that I see a car, the CRV, and I think, oh yeah, that's part of a VA loan, and it's just like it's important because we talked about appraisals, and we talked about appraisals even here, and but in it's different terms.
Yeah.
And so you need to be aware of that. And if you are not, you need somebody that knows what they are.
They used to be a lot more into their acronyms, and they still are. And they're funny little things. For instance, if your appraisal comes in low,
Mhm.
normally you say, "Hey, the appraisal came in low." But in a VA world, they initiate the Tidewater, and then you have 3 days to submit comparables to change the appraiser's mind. Otherwise, the appraisal goes out low, and it's fun because you get an email like, "We've initiated Tidewater. The Tidewater has been initiated." Exercising the Tidewater Initiative, all of those things, and then you're like,
That's
oh.
interesting.
The first time I saw it, I was like, huh? code word.
Yes. Are we sinking? Are we sinking?
Yeah.
No, definitely not. But yeah. So there's those little differences. But like he's saying, it's a really good program. So if maybe your kids, one of your adult kids have that, they can buy you a house as a parent, or how can they do it?
VA loans must be owner occupied. Now that
Oh,
doesn't mean
okay.
you have to owner occupy it for the life of the loan. And VA loans are assumable, but there are
Okay.
different things that happen.
Okay.
So if you're thinking about letting someone assume your VA loan, let's chat because there are conditions that can apply.
Yeah.
But if you want to buy a home with a VA loan and then buy another home later on with another type of loan, that you can do that. So
yeah. So let us know if you have any questions that you have come up with, any problems with VA loans, or if you are interested in knowing more, let us know as well. And we'll see you in the next week.